Okay. I got the fan going, so it's going to be a little excess noise here, but this is for the fire signs, last of the week. Man, stuff just gets in the way of this. I'm starting to wonder. But anyway, air signs. So I'm going to get right into a spiritual reading. May not resonate with everybody. Take what you can, leave the rest. Here we go. Aries. 29. First card for Aries. 5 of water. That is about depression, sadness, grief, and sorrow. There's something here that has disappointed us highly. We're having a hard time dealing with our emotions at this point. Next card, desire. It might have to do with our desires and the direction we take that, is the sense I'm getting. They're making me really see that Leo lion come out. So you may be dealing with a Leo type energy. It's funny because they just said, look how it's eating out of their hand, out of the palm of their hand. You know that saying? We got someone eating out of the palm of our hand. So that maybe someone who is in this mode, something went wrong with that, something here. Okay? The Leo energy. Next. Thought. A lot of these people are deep in thought. So the sense that I'm getting here is we may have had someone, a romantic partner, or just someone, period, eating out of our hands here, and somehow we got disappointed by the actions of this person. Either they stood up for something and blocked us out, or whatnot. Now, there's a fire element high here. I mean, that is your element, but I'm feeling like we got another fire in the mix here, but nonetheless, having to deal with a state of depression. I feel like we may have been taking too much from someone here and a boundary was laid, is the sense I'm getting. Now we're in thought to figure out what happened here, why things are the way that they are. On top of that depression card, 9 of Swords, not good because that's about stress and anxiety. So this jumps this up from disappointment to despair. We are really, really seriously dealing with some issues here. Gonna keep going. On top of the desire, again, I feel like somebody here, whether it was you or someone outside of you, was feeding off of someone else here to a high degree. Okay. On top of that, we get the 4 of Wands. Now, that's about stability. This makes me think it's a partner, a marriage partner, someone we have in our home, someone we felt quite stable with. And I feel like the stability is lost here somehow. We are not as stable as we once thought we were, is what they said. So there's a sense of illusions busting here, in the way of maybe we had high hopes. How do you say that? We may have had a partner here that we had very high hopes that they would be with us to the end all be all through anything. And something happened here. And I feel like it has to do with somebody taking too much from someone else. Nonetheless, the foundation kind of broke apart, is the sense that I'm getting. We did not think this would happen, so therefore it is very disturbing for us. We are deep in thought to figure it out. And we get the Queen of Coins. Now, that is the energy of the woman who has it all. I feel like this is your energy, but I feel like this is what's being shaken. We feel like we had it all. We could be all. I feel like this was heady in a relationship, meaning something we thought about our relationship was truly a, how do you say, an illusion. We thought our relationship could last through tsunamis of emotions, things that we just thought it would just be there no matter. And I feel like on top of that, there's some kind of an element of being secure financially in this as well. We felt that we would be secure financially for a long time, and this may have been another rug that was pulled out from underneath us. Something to do with feeling lush in our surroundings, having lots of things, lots of bounty. That the Queen of Coins holds a lot of bounty, so financially she's stable. She's got a lot of things going for her, but I feel like this is what's dashed. They're showing the energy leaving, so it's like we felt like we were due for abundance till the end of our life, but it's kind of like it run out, or it's run its course, or something happened here to bust it off. Okay. On top of the Nine of Swords, we get good judgment, Hierophant. This is interesting. Whatever it is we're stressing about here, this is okay. Hold on, I gotta take this to. This is interesting because this card here, I get a sense of depression within our own selves of what we are thinking, having to do with nothing outside of ourselves. And I feel like that's what has to do with the good judgment, is something we're discovering on the inside that makes us sad, unfortunately. But there's good judgment here in what we're thinking. Now, this card is stress and anxiety coming from the outside in. We may have people or others putting stress on a situation. That is not just us. So we're doing it, and then there's people outside of us that are contributing to that as well. There's a lot of anxiety coming here, but somehow I'm going to have to keep going for this good judgment. I feel like the good judgment is there's a thought process in our mind that knows what we need to do here. I feel like we have some good judgment, but we may not be. We're very deep in thought. We're not acting from anything yet. So 4 of Wands, we may have some answers here, but again, are we going to go outward? 4 of Wands is about that stability that we thought we had in the relationship, thought we had in the partner, thought we had in our situation of where we sit with the partner, is now suddenly not so solid. It is not unbreakable, is what I'm getting. It has broken, and now we have to deal with that. There's a sense here that the Aries had a false sense of security, that they could go to a certain place and get a certain result, and that just didn't happen. 5 of Swords talks about tension. So I feel like this is the present moment. We have tension in the air, and it's highly hitting our self-esteem in a bad way. But again, in our mind, there's some stuff floating around in there that is of good judgment. So I'm seeing if we can uncover that. If I can't uncover it, it means that we're overpowered by a lot of negativity in our mindset. We may not be able to overcome this in a problem-solving kind of way. Queen of Coins. On top of that energy, and again, I was getting full abundance, but I was getting that it was being drained or pulled away. I feel like it was the Aries out of their element, feeling very lush in their surroundings, but it is now being taken away somehow. Queen of Coins, 6 of Cups, talking about the past. Yeah, and that's the thing, is the sense is here is that this was the past. We were lush. We did have good things to be thankful for in the past, but these are starting to dwindle away. And the sense here is this might not be. I'm going to keep going. Okay, so that's basically it. We're in a situation where we've been busted from something, or cracked from something, or dismantled. Something's been dismantled for us. The illusion has been ripped apart here. And the sense that I'm getting is that in a relationship way, suddenly we're seeing it for all it's worth. So there are some good things rumbling around in our mind. I don't know that we'll be able to suss them out, but nonetheless, that's the scenario. We had some good things in the past. We may have to be thankful for those and move towards something else. Next, we'll get into the masculine, feminine energies. First card, feminine card, we have contentment. Now, this is about now again, she's got a baby belly there. So pregnancy may be looming or somehow significant here in part of this process, okay? But nonetheless, we're talking about contentment. What makes us happy? Okay. Birthing of new ideas, wanting to go forward in new directions. Next card is the masculine. It's talking about inventiveness, thinking of ways and places to go. This might be the rumblings. We may have an Aries here in a situation where they need to move forward. But I get a sense here they're resisting that, and they're going to find new ways to stay. But the good judgment is that we need to go forward. Unfortunately, for some people, we might have had a pregnancy here with someone we do not love, or do not, just kind of, whoops, we didn't mean to do this. So be careful of that. I mean, we're going to know this, but the sense is that we created a pattern here. We're not ready to fulfill. Yeah, inventiveness. We're trying to find new ways to go. But I feel like the universe is trying to push them forward, but they're trying to find new ways to figure out how to stay back. They don't want to go forward. They want to stay back. So they're trying to find new ways that it's almost like, yeah, but something's broke here. Something broke. We got rumblings in our head of where we need to go and what we need to do instinctively. But for some reason, we're using our tools to go backwards instead of forward. Next card, death. Yeah, the ending is coming. I feel like somebody here just is trying to prevent an ending in a relationship, but the writings on the wall here, it's the end. Like, we cannot go no further. It just will not work. We will keep going, but it just will not work. So the Aries is trying to find ways to prevent the death of this relationship, or the transformation of it anyway. But it's interesting to me, they're trying to birth new ideas for those, but it is in a way that is not conducive to a healthy relationship. It's really what I'm getting. Okay, next card. Ooh, on top of the contentment, we get the High Priestess of Air. So yeah, again, bringing us back to our head and our thoughts and what's rumbling around in there. There is instinct coming at you. They're paving the way. But I feel like the Aries, it's like intuitively, like your angels are screaming and shouting. And I mean, the light's been there. The light at the end of the tunnel, we know what it is. There's a refusal to go where it is for our highest good. There's a refusal. We do not want to do this. I don't know why. I'm not going to dig. Now, the High Priestess of Air is that we have the ideas in our head. We refuse to act from them. On the inventiveness, now again, we're trying to come up with new ideas of how to stay, trying to come up with creative ideas so that we can stay. So we may be trying to manipulate a partner. When I get a sense that a boundary's been laid here. So we're going to try and dirty up that boundary to stay because there was something here that they just don't, they're afraid of getting better. Like, I don't get it. On top of the inventiveness, we get focus. Yeah, there's a focus here on something the relationship gave us other than love that we want to keep. This is the problem. They do not realize that love here is the key, and we do not have it, so we need to move forward. They're going, no, it's not love, it's something else, and I want to go back. I don't care about love, But again, we haven't come across it, so that's why we're having such a struggle here. Now on the death card, we have hope. That is about illusions within hope. Again, there was an illusion that we had things here wrapped up in a way that it really truly wasn't wrapped up. So I feel like that's the whole thing. I think we were in illusion of who we had as a partner, or our place in this partnership, or something here. But the sense, if they're, that if that's an Aries saying that, I don't care. I need what's back there. I don't care about love. That's just not a healthy quote. That's just not a good quote. We need to go where our heart is. That will feed us. So obviously the Aries is after something other than love here, and that's what's preventing them from their highest good. So they're blocking their prosperity, and that would make sense with this card. And the feeling that I got, because the prosperity is here and we had it in the past, but something changed. And therefore our prosperity went with it. So be warned, they're going, that if we go back to that area, this will continue to deplete. And it seems like that may be the problem, the stability. They're after a certain stability and a certain lushness that comes with the Queen of Coins. She is very high on her throne. She's got a lot of things, material value. So if that's what we're after, that's what we're going to lose unless we go with our heart. But again, they're not seeing the worth in that. So off we go. Okay, so on that hope card again, yeah, there's illusions no matter. I feel like the hope card is just, there's a hope here the Aries can attain what they want, but universally it's not aspected, so it just will not go. And if we do, it will be for short increments and it will slowly bust, and we will, until we see clearly. So on the High Priestess of Air, again, the thoughts are coming in our head of what to do and where to go and how to, be happy. There's just a refusal for the Aries to kick in here. We have observant silence. Sometimes it's better to just watch and wait, because there was a lot of stress and anxiety here about something that came down, and I feel like it was a boundary that was laid, or an explosion that happened, or again a veil that was lifted in a relationship where we may not have had the footing that we thought we had in the relationship. That illusion was shattered, and because of that, we need to just sit and wait. The knowledge is there. Again, it's almost like it may not be time to act here just yet, but nonetheless, they're talking about the focus, and they're going, that's the Aries focus on getting what they want from the past. And they're going, oh, we drop it and go to the future because there's better things in the future. But again, absolutely no willingness to go there. Time to reflect. Yeah. Why? Because we do not understand that going in this direction, we need to sit and watch. Going in this direction is really going to hinder us to a high degree. It has already, but we're refusing to give up on it. It seems like every tower that hits this relationship, we refuse to give up on it, gets worse and worse and worse. And instead of taking the hint and saying, okay, yeah, maybe the universe trying to tell me something here, the Aries is going in with more vengeance, gonna get it. And the more that the universe tilts them away, it's like the more they want to fight to get it. Wow. So on the hope card, they get focus and then act. Yeah, focus. There's a lot of getting our mind clear here, just not on the right side of the tracks in our thought process, because they were showing me like a quarter of what's sputtering around in there is of instinct and where we need to go, and then 3/4 is all garbage, filtered through ego, da da da. So we can hit those, like we have it in there. We just have to sit and reflect on things open-mindedly. I feel like this is not happening. And we also have to think before we act. They go, we don't think this is going to happen either. But this is our advice to them, that they should do this, because it will in turn create chaos. So the animal card to sum it up, man, this week is heavy for the Aries, is the Jack. I did shuffle, like I shuffled. Oh, this is interesting to me. See, I just had this in one of the readings, and the Jackal talks about truth. Is it that the Aries does not want to face truth here? Because if that's the problem, then it will be a problem. It will bust up. Now, one thing I didn't notice last as I was looking is this, the Ankh is upside down. Now, to me, the Ankh is about life and cycles through lifetimes that we repeat, and not, to me, the Ankh is the symbol of ultimate life, that we really truly, when we have the cross like this, it's just like, okay, it ends and there's nothing. It's just a cross. It's good tidings, but in this life. And when it goes around in a circle like that, I feel like that's the loop of reincarnation and coming back to solve problems, And it being upside down means that we just don't solve problems, we create chaos. This is truly what the element of Aries can be about. So they're really dipped into the wrong side here, and I feel like this week they just ain't changing their mind on that. So be aware of that, because that really is just not going to get you anywhere, especially not to your happy. But this is not where the Aries is headed, so they just don't care about that. So we'll hope for better hope for better energy next week. That's heavy duty, man. Aries stuck in a rut on the wrong side of the tracks, going in the wrong way. Okay, next, Leo. First card, spirituality. Here we go. Healing. This is okay. This is fresh energy. Okay. Yeah, there's some dark stuff there with that Aries. They got the wrong side of the tracks yanking on their chains, boy. Healing. We are light. I'm getting a light feeling from these Leos. We may be in the midst of healing here from, I feel like we may be of great understanding of our relationships, friendships, things that need to go and change. We're of great understanding of this. We have a high perspective here. So we are very understanding of the switches that need to happen. So things are happening gracefully, smoothly, and without provocation, basically. So this is a good, healthy vibe here. Okay, so next, 10 of water. What do you know? 10 of water is about complete happiness, emotional fulfillment. Being at one with our emotions is what they said. So, yeah, I get a sense of something lightly happening here. But again, because I feel the Leo is at a higher ascension point, I feel like we're really getting the bigger picture. So it's not affecting us to the emotional turbulent degree that it would before. They're going before, whatever, in the past. We're not being controlled by our emotions as much as we used to. This is a very strike contrast from like even just a few weeks ago or months ago from Leo, or a different energy altogether. They're going different energy altogether. So the thing is that we are very much evolving spiritually enough to understand truly how relationships work. And if we have little mishaps, we're really rising above it and handling it quite well and healing from it quickly in turn as well. Next, we have the counselor. This may be part of the part of the success point, is that we may have someone here in our midst that is counseling us through this, helping us through this, or yeah, that's the sense. Either a high confidant that we trust and value highly, that we can tell that we, there's a sense of safety here nonetheless. So I would think that would be a professional therapist or something that you talk to and you feel highly that you can just unload. And I feel that if it is not a counselor, it is very much this Leo highly evolved in a state where they just understand how things go, and they just understand when things need to turn over, and they don't resist that change that needs to happen. And I feel like even though there was a lot mentally they had to go through a change here, emotionally they were taming the tides. They were keeping things balanced as they went through this healing process, or are going through that. So the next level, healing. 3 of Cups, celebration. Oh, okay. So I feel like because of us taming our emotions and whatnot, there is a sense of maybe getting over a hump here that we may not have thought we could have so quickly. There's something here that is how do you say, that is in charge of that. My words are escaping me. Yeah, I'm going to move forward. On the 10, the emotional, the happiness and all of that. We get the 9 of Wands. I think we're going backwards here into a relationship that or whatever situation, right? Where we just had enough and we couldn't go any further, but we kept going further. But somehow here we gained success and kind of, it's almost like we had an epiphany that this just wasn't the way to go. We had worked hard, and we'd kind of been fed up, but we put more work, and then suddenly it just hit like, yeah, this isn't working. I got to let this go, or I got to shoot for something else, or something's wrong here. On top of the counselor, we get the Empress. Yeah, I feel like there is somebody here, a wise person that has counseled us, may have been a mother figure. Someone that taught us a lot about our heart center, nonetheless, or got us to look more at our heart center. We may not have been in this heart center dealing with this other person. So now, is this the path we're on? The 3 of Cups, I feel like, is relief. Being out and understanding the scenario. It's almost like we're fighting, and then something blew, and then it's like, oh, now I can let go because I know it's not going to work. So something happened here because we're putting all that energy forward to fight, and then all of a sudden we pulled it away. Like what is that? I see the counselor here, but I'm like, even a good counselor, man, they can't just do that quickly. So there's something here that hinged on the fact that the Leo, okay, now it's time to let go. It's time to move, and a inner celebration of that. So I don't know, that's deep for the Leo. They'll know what happened there. But on top of the 3 of Cups, we have the 9 of Swords, loss of hope. So again, a loss of hope in a certain direction, and that goes very well with this card. Is like, I put all these wands in here and I'm going to give it one more try, but and then the sense is that we just didn't get any more out of it. We gave it our last try, and that was our last try, and that's it. Now we're lost hope, but somehow here there's a celebration, a sense of relief that we can finally give up on it. I don't know if that's really what it is, but it's something like that. Like, we understand from an emotional center what really is going on here, so we can go. There's something underneath here that makes me want to say that we were having problems with a partner in a relationship, and we were trying to make it work. And then all of a sudden we found out they were cheating, and it was like, oh, suddenly now I can let go. It's like that. But I don't know if that's the scenario. It's very light. So I don't know, maybe it's just secretive, but that's the feeling I get. It's like, oh, they cheated on me. Okay, well, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to put any more if this is the way it's going. So we finally let it go. And that's like, because there's no hope. I can't trust this person. I'm not going to go nowhere, but then there's a celebration. It's like, yeah, I can't try no more. It's a weird energy. It's hard to explain. It's like good and bad all in one. So on the 9 of Wands, again, about putting our last ditch effort in, we have the 2 of Wands, which was progress. Give me a minute. I got to look back on all these cards here. Yeah, because the emotional, okay. What they're saying is here, we made progress in the emotional arena. What was that? No, wait a minute. Is that from here? Why do I not remember that? Anyway, yeah, we made progress in the emotional arena. And again, talking to some kind of a counselor outside of ourselves that highly advanced us in the emotional center, got us up to par. We gave it that one last try. We progressed. Our soul progressed, but maybe the partners didn't, right? So in that scenario I was mentioning about the partner taking off, it's like, well, we were trying, but then if they take off, like, what more can you do? You really have to let it go. I don't think I played this card yet. Or did I? What the hell's going on? Why do I feel like I don't know this card was there? Anyway. Yeah, the counselor. There's somebody here they trusted highly, talk back and forth. There's a lot of wisdom there being said. So a lot was learnt, stuff that they didn't have under their belt. The Empress could be a mother figure, really. Yeah, they're going yes. And there's a lot of gratitude for this area because they really did figure it out and come to the conclusion this just it's not going to work. We're beating our head, you know, bloody, and it's just not getting anywhere. So that's your basic scenario here for the Leo. As we move in the masculine, feminine energy, temptation. Yeah, well, somebody had temptation here. They're going both sides, but one until the other. Okay. Okay. So it's almost like this partnership just was ready to dismiss, ready for class to dismiss on this relationship. We learned all we could from this relationship. It's time to go. But one or the other was kind of knew it before. And the sense here is that one or the other may have either stepped out or is going out in a different direction. Temptation. And then they're going, after that was found out, then we're going to do the same, right? The opposite, whoever's left is going to go, yeah, well, then I can go out and do the same, type thing. Next card is shape shifting. So that gives me a sense here. Somebody was under a false personality. So somebody was pretending to be somebody's ultimate. And that's the sense like that would match with the energy of someone new for a longer period of time that they just weren't happy, but they stayed. And I feel like that's the person that was either tempted outside of the relationship or whatnot. Okay. So there's that. And also shapeshifting can talk to a need to change your ways. And that's the sense I'm getting here too. Man, I'm getting an overlapping of the Virgo reading. So I don't know if this is a Leo Virgo match here that we have. Because I'm getting an overlapping like in and out. So you may have been dealing with a Virgo, or you may have Virgo in your chart, or something like that is going on here. It's hard to separate them. They're going, no kidding. These two don't want to leave is the sense hanging on, but not for the right reasons. But we really have to dig deep to find that. Okay. So there was a self-sabotage here is the kind of thing I'm feeling. But not planned is what they said. So it was spontaneous, but nonetheless, we just indulged because we knew that we were at the end of our rope here with the relationship. Okay, next. Wow. Authenticity. Yeah, again, somebody here has a hard time doing this. They're having a hard time being authentically who they are. They're going to learn this lesson outside of this relationship as they move forward to the one that they're gravitating to. This is highly what they need from new direction. They may be hiding this as well. Yeah, we're shape shifting, trying to accommodate this partner, but still realizing that we feel better in this other partnership, and trying to pretend that it all didn't have this kind of stuff. So it's just best to jump in one lake or the other, like make up your mind. But I feel like the bottom line here is this relationship that they're in is meant to split. So they just will. They just will. They're going to wait till the other partner finds theirs, then it's completely done. So it's just a sense of two people being, and they're not. Why? Right? Why? So on top of the temptation, we have self-worth. Yeah, this may have to do with, has to do with self-worth issues. We're going outside of the relationship because we don't feel worthy of being in the one we're in. So it's kind of a what do you call that? Sabotage. That's self-sabotage. So we destroy it. We destruct it. So on top of the shape shifting energy, we get movement. So yeah. So there was movement. They're going, there was movement made. This is what happened. And this is the crux here. This was their tower moment in disguise, is what they're saying. Because we really acted and then thought later, which is, what happens when we're spontaneous. But at the same time, the guilt here is not high. We don't feel bad for where we went here. So on top of the authenticity card here about moving forward, we have the High Priestess of Earth. Yeah. So again, right, Virgo, I was saying, give me a moment here. Time to reflect. The thing I'm getting here, though, is that the movement is going towards the Earth. So are we going to, and that could be a back and forth energy. So we may have had an indiscretion, I'll put it that way, in a relationship, and I wouldn't say we refuse to leave, but we're just going to keep going back and forth, even though the sense here is that we just don't know where we truly want to be, but we know where we've been, and it's not satisfying, or something is wrong here. We feel we don't deserve. That's what they said. We feel we don't deserve to be here. So therefore, we will be put where we deserve to be. And there is some self-worth issues here, so it may be a downgrade. But the movement is going back to the Earth energy. And I feel like that may be a partner of yours. Okay, so self-worth, know you belong. Yeah, we have to know where we belong. In order to know where we belong, we need to know who we are and how we float. And I feel like that is just not a frontier that they've gone through yet. I feel a very meek energy from this. I feel like not only do we not know what we want out of life, we don't know what we want in partners. So how can we make up our mind and figure that out? So I feel like we're just dabbling in ink blots here and trying to figure out, I don't know that we're actively figuring, but somebody here is just loosely tied to a relationship that needs to go. And they're dabbling, and they're not coming to the heart of things to figure out where they belong, because they haven't maybe worked on their self-esteem enough here, don't have enough self-worth to put themselves somewhere. Okay, on top of the movement, right? And again, I feel like this is an energy of going back to that base partner, making movement, but it's, again, we don't know where we belong, so we got to figure that out. Movement, be patient. The energy is going back to that High Priestess of Earth. What's the next card? On top of her, we have nurture all you love. Yeah, and that's the thing. They just don't know where their love sits. Because look, we're pillared by two blue energies, and that soft blue is about advancing, like wanting to bring out power. And look how this is where we're growing deeper blue, right? Deeper colors. We're just learning to see where we sit. So until we get our self-worth to gain that area of perspective where we know what we want, we really truly can't nurture it if we don't know where it is the sense they're giving me. Like we're missing some keys here. Because the sense is from the Leo I'm getting is that they figure they should be where they're at. And to a certain degree, they could have made that work at a certain point, but it's past that point now. And truly now we can go in a different direction. For our highest good, we really, the sense I'm getting is we do need to get grounded with the fact we need to leave. So just get a huge passivity here that it's kind of like, I don't know. Like I just get a passivity. It's not very much like a Leo, but I don't know. We don't know who we are. Therefore, we cannot pick a partner, because if we don't know who we are, we don't know what we want. And if we don't know what we want, we can't get there and nurture it. So we're going to be losing things along the way. Yeah, it's a weird energy. Connects. the animal to, yeah, the snake. Okay. And this talks of, and I've seen this card before, but creation. Okay. So the creation, yeah, and the sense they're giving me is look at that heart wanting to grow. We just do not come from our heart center. Therefore, that it's easy to get confused when we don't know what our heart wants. We don't know. We just don't dip into it. Yeah. When we're striking out in areas, we just don't know how our heart feels about it. We'll just go there and we'll just go there. So we really need to get grounded in who we are and what we, and that's that becoming who you are thing, right? Love and all of that. Because once we do that, then we feel more firmly where we need to go and we feel more grounded in it. I feel like this person's just not grounded in any relationship, but it's highly aspected. They just don't stay together because they're just not contributing to a high degree to this one. But they got to learn about the heart in order to do that. Da da da. There's a lot of threes here. That's third party energy, right? So, I mean, triangular situations, but very much passive about it. But again, I feel like, I don't know if they took me forward and back here. There's a sense that the partner knows, the partner doesn't know. So I don't know if this is our mindset. Maybe he knows, maybe doesn't know. Maybe, I don't know. Or what's going on. But this week, I don't feel there's anything being solved here, but there's a lot of energy needing to transform. And there's temptations outside of the relationship. And what was the other one here? Yeah, need to be authentically who we are. And I just feel we have no clue about that. So again, not going to resonate with everybody, but so Leo here in self-discovery needing to move forward highly. Okay, so Aries, Leo, Sag. This is for Sag. Last but not least, 4203. Spiritual, here we go. First card for Sagittarius. 14, the King of Air. So we are a lot of people up in their heads lately. Yeah, and they're going in our actions slow right down. And we're just sitting watching people. What they're doing, how they're doing, da, da, da. Putting pieces together is what they said. We're trying to put pieces together mentally so we can take action later. But we have slowed our action, our normal vibe, right down to a crawl. In fact, we're not even crawling, we're just hovering. And we're just sitting there dealing with mental issues here. And I'm talking about a lot of thoughts going through our mind about a lot of things that we need cleared up. And we're watching to see how we're going to do it, how we're going to attack it, how we're going to, with precision, oh, they do this. Okay. That means this, like analyzing every bloody thing somebody does is what they're doing. 8 of Earth. Yeah. And they're giving me a sense here with this card is about new beginnings. And it's also about grounding in reality. So I feel like this Sagittarius felt like they've been flying out in the universe here. They're not in reality. So now they're getting grounded. They're going to watch and see exactly what's going on so that they're trying to open their perspective to encompass to see everything, because they want to see everything and they don't want to miss anything. Very precise, like the archer, just, where's this going to go? For a lot of earth energy here. That's like the Taurus energy there. It's holding up all that whole building, all rests on that one brick that he's holding up. A lot of stress there, a lot of tension, a lot of, and that's the thing. One wrong move here and the whole thing can tumble. That's what they're giving me. And I think that's why the Sag is they're in this place where they're looking intently at things, because they realize that whether it's relationship, family dynamics, whatever, something here hinges on one little thing and they're going to suss that out. It's not going to get past them this time. This is what I'm getting. No, I'm the King of Air. All about that mental thought, all the process, because they're very quiet. They're very quiet over this time, unusually quiet, not saying a word because they're just watching and putting all their energy into watching what people are doing. Somebody's doing something. Okay. So on top of that, we get the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is about looking at the future. Yeah, this is why they're focusing in, honing in on something, someone, somebody, because they are making plans for the future here, and they're going to be very precise in what they do. Yeah, I won't go too deep in there. My curiosity's like, so that's that. They want me to lay that there. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 of Earth. And again, about new developments, new ways of being. There's a new page that this Sagittarius wants to turn here, and they want it to be fresh. They don't want no hang-ups in the future. They want to make sure absolute clean slate, beyond clean slate, blinding clean slate. This is what the Sag is looking for. They're making plans for if you don't want no hang-ups. So on the 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, sorry. About grounding things, rooting things, we have the moon. Well, there's the illusions, right? Yeah, there's things that they don't know. There's some things they're searching for. They don't know all the facts, right? They know what they know, and they want to gain more information. There's some things that they're still questioning, and the essence here is that that's why they're watching so focused, because they want to gain the answers to those questions. I feel like it's on the verge of confronting someone, and they're going to watch every little step, like an employer overlooking an employee. Like if you steal, and they're watching them, like any little shifty behavior, and they're going to confront them on it, like this kind of thing. So it's an energy like that I get from this moon, which is very strange, but nonetheless, there's a stability that this Sagittarius wants to put forward, and they don't want nothing messing it up this time, nothing. So that's why they're being so precise, so refined in their focus. They're not going to let it come in. So now, again, I get this feeling that there's something here. Somebody's holding all the cards. And I feel like the Sag likes to think that they are, and they may well be. So on top of that, they get the star. So what does that say? And look at the green in his vest, right? Now, this is interesting. They're like, wait a minute before you cover that up. The green is about the heart center. The blue is about communications. So this Sag, right? They want to communicate, but they know that they need to be grounded in a few things first before they go forward. Now, on the Three of Wands, that is about self-esteem, and they're trying to better themselves in a way of the future. They're trying to make plans to do this risk-free. There's no guarantees of this, but nonetheless, grounding. Okay, so there's illusions here they want to figure out about. Again, coming from our heart to hold things together. Now, on top of that, we get the star, which again is green, talking about the heart. So this is someone we're intent. It's weird because the focus and the drive I get, it's almost like I'm going to catch you. And if I catch you, da da da. So it's almost like a bad vibe. But the sense is here, they want to make sure that everything's perfect. So I don't understand. Like an overzealous need to catch somebody either making a mistake or not making, like looking at every single aspect. It's really intense. Now on the Three of Wands, what do we get there to clarify? The Emperor, authority figure. So yeah, I feel like the Sagittarius is an authority figure in someone's life, is what they're giving me the sense of. Like, we are the authority over this person, and we're going to make sure that everything's the way it should be. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Yeah, the Emperor. So it's the high knowledge here of we know what's right and wrong. So we're going to make sure that that line is set and nobody's going to cross here or there where they shouldn't be. So these illusions, what's going on? We have the Emperor looking. We're going to get rid of these illusions. We have the Hangman, which talks about stillness. Yeah. And I feel like this is what they're doing. I feel like the Sag is slowing right down to take count, to watch more actively in order to clear up all the misconceptions. It's really what it is. We want to figure out what all these secrets are, so we're going to slow down and watch instead of being all active and caught up in everybody else's business. We're going to figure out what our business, and we're going to look and watch. And okay, so on the star energy, very interesting. Seven of Swords, Lone Wolf, yeah. So in order to do that, we may have, the perspective is here that we may not be in a relationship at this time, but looking to solidify one, maybe looking at a partner that we think would make a good prospect, and we're looking for cracks, right? So we're hanging to watch to see if there's any mistakes being made, because this makes us feel better about going forward with this partner if it's truly something. There's a lot of self-esteem issues here that need to be tied up, but nonetheless our heart is pumping in a certain direction. So I'm getting kind of a single energy, but a direction no less. And it may have been a past partner, like a partner that we had in the past, that for whatever reason we're not with them now, but for some reason we're going back. That's the sense. Okay, so as we go deeper, masculine, feminine energy, we got power. Yeah, we do feel very powerful over this other partner that we're checking out, inspecting, overlooking. Next, guidance. We're trying to use our guidance system to get us further. Okay. Further than we've gone before, they said. So this is a relationship that busted, and it's like we're going to make damn sure that we do it right because we don't want to lose it, is the sense I'm getting. Next, we get dedication. Yeah. Okay. They're going, that's why they're slowing down, is to make sure that they use their guidance. They're getting intuitive guidance. They're slowing down and watching whether this really is adding up, this intuitive guidance they're getting, and without taking action. They just don't want to act at this point, but they're guided, and they're feeling powerful because of this, because they're making advancements. They're figuring out, it's like the universe is telling them secrets about this person, and they're going, oh really? And then what do you know, they watch them for a bit and they find out that that's true. And then they get another download, or they get another instinct, and they look at the partner and they go, oh, what do you know, that's true, that makes sense. So now they're following this trail, right? These M&Ms are leading somewhere, and they're tasting real good at this point. So on top of the power, what do we get to? We have the individuality. A lot of pink on here. Yeah, we're gaining power in our own individuality. And because of this, we're seeing more clearly outside of us what's going to fit. What is truly going to fit here? And though we're kind of pausing and holding back, it's just blossoming is what they're showing me these little swirls, like going all over the face. It's like we're blooming, we're blossoming from the inside. And because of this, it helps us see more clearly whether this person is good or bad for us. Okay. Instead of using, like old ways, diminishing, like may have been judging people for certain things. And now, because of our self-development, we are not judging as harshly. And not only that, we're seeing more clearly from a different perspective altogether. So again, the guidance, this person is highly guided. Visions. And what do you know? I was going to say, so that may be the way that they get their intuition, is through visions, like a little scene in your head of this person doing something, and then they go, wait a minute, and they actually take it in and go, well, I saw them, they were, good with children or whatever, and maybe that's what I'm looking for. And then what do you know, you see something outside, like a posting on Facebook where they're good with they're happy, they're going, what do you know, that adds up, da da da. So there's things adding up with the instinct that they're getting and what they're seeing outside to this person. It's really coming into focus. Yeah, they're dedicated on finding every little detail out here. We get success on top of that. So it seems like they're really on the trail. I mean, they're being guided highly. They're listening to their guided intuition, and they're also working on their self-worth. There's no better way to success than that. So this is really the trail that the Sag is on. So on top of the individuality, wash away your burdens. Okay, here's where we could use some. Isn't it interesting how we have flowers on here and kind of flowery in her head? Washing away your burdens has to do with cleansing the soul of past hurts, past healings. Because a lot of times we reflect our issues on another. So there's an awareness of this in this person not wanting to do that as they go forward, or these are what is coming up for them to deal with at this time in order to flush away, and they're just doing it. Well, they're going, there's reminders needed to push to, they need a reminder. This is coming up, but again, our default is to stuff things, bury it. They're going, we don't stuff it, we bury it. Deep bury. So we don't want to do this. We want to bring it up to the surface. And again, the visions may come in ways of healing as well. So we may get visions as well of past hurts coming forth in order to bring up those emotions so we can purge them so that we can go forward in this new way. There's some of that needs to be done. Now, on top of the visions, we get love without condition. So this may be a block of yours, is what they're saying. We may have loved someone in the past but had too many conditions and lost them, and now we're trying to gain that back. Or we just need to look at that area. Again, the mushrooms highlighting that there's a spirituality here that wants to come forth, an evolvement in this way of seeing from higher perspectives what needs to be done. And the universe is really trying to do that from the inside out in you. So really the line of flight I see here is they go of the phoenix, by the way, because we've been down, but we're going to rise. So this may be a challenging time to rise back up from what we've gone through. Nonetheless, the visions that you get, the line of defense here I'm getting is these visions that we get from our past hurts, from past pain. We need to bring it up to the surface, remember it as detailed as we can, and flush those emotions out. This will help us absolutely. It will clear our system right out. So we need to bring that to the surface, feel that emotions, and move forward. Those are the burdens that we're carrying. We can no longer carry them. It will implode on us in a bad way. So the visions, that's one side. Secondly, the direction that we want to go, whether it's love or whatever, the visions that we're getting are attached to that as well. This is what. So look on the visual side, because this person might be doing more thinking and then throwing out the visuals. So don't disregard the visuals, because that's what they're there for, is to guide you as well. Possibilities that can happen in a good way. So again, loving without condition. I feel like they may have put conditions on the love that they gave out in the past, and they need to let go of that in order to make success in the future with new partner, old partner, whatever. So success, let go of the old. Yeah. And this is my ego card as well. I know I've been talking a lot about the ego in these readings, but it is ego death time. So people that are high in this, they are going to have transformations high. Now, letting go of old ways of being. We may have had old ways of dealing in relationships, dealing with people, situations, the way that we reacted emotionally, mental, like all of it on all levels. Like how we reacted to people and ways we didn't speak up. They're going also, right? That this is not working. Needing to talk more than we did in the past. Da da da. Yeah, there's a lot going on for the Scorpio here. I don't want to dig too much. I want to stay on the surface because I get too convoluted in it. But there's a big transformation happening. Sorry, I got cat hair. A big transformation happening in the psyche. One, we're being illuminated to more visuals, connecting to energies here that really want to push us forward, connecting to guides, whatever. And secondly, there's a lot of realizations of past hurts that we really just need to process. We cannot flush them, stuff them, whatever. If we flush them, they need to go like through us first. Like we have to, we can't be stuffing. It's really what I got here, the warning, right? So the animal card here we get is the dog. Oh, wow. Companionship. Know how I said, and I didn't look at these cards before I dropped them, how they were using that bow with precision. I think I said that in the reading, did I not? But that is interesting to me because it talks about the partnerships, and this is what they're looking to gain. And I think they're looking to gain, is that an 11? I think that's 11 as the number. But anyway, looking for that ultimate companion, and they're being very, very, I don't know if it's picky or very, like just going over every single detail to make sure that everything is absolutely, no surprises, really is what I'm getting. So, and yeah, this is multi-layered, maybe different scenarios for different people, but the bottom line is we're looking for a partner, and we're looking to make sure that it goes on without a hitch, and that we're not going to be surprised here. We're not going to get the jump. Nobody's going to get the jump on us. We're going to know everything, and that's what's going on. So a heavy, intense, focused energy from the Sag, trying to find out what's going on with the partnership here in order to gain the ultimate. And the bottom line here is was this the upper hand, dude? Oh, this was the lone wolf, dude, I think. But anyway, no, that was getting my reading. I mixed the cards up. Anyway, yeah, focused on a direction here and very serious about what they're looking into, and they're making sure that everything's going to go on without a hitch. So that's Sagittarius for this week. Aries, Leo, Sag. That was it. That's the fire. That's everything. Okay, so they're all out. It'll probably take a day for these videos to actually come out of the live dump before YouTube puts them out. So I might have to put timestamps out later. I don't know if I'll get in there. But anyway, take care, guys. This week I've had a lot of hectic stuff come up. I don't know if I'm going to be back on track again in the Infinity Room, but nonetheless, if I am, I am. And if I'm not, just be patient. Everybody's processing different stuff at this time. So take care, have fun, and be kind. We'll talk to you soon.